Welcome to the Activated Story Theater's 182nd podcast.
In this episode, we bring you The White Snake, a tale from Germany.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Kimberly.
And together we are the Activated Actors.
We are coming to you from Turlock, California. We are busy performing in the Northern California area. We've got a bunch of shows in Modesto and the San Francisco Bay Area this month and next month. This is March and next month is April. And then we'll be putting a new show together and taking it back out on the road to schools and libraries all over the country.
Yes, several performances in the Modesto area and also in the Bay Area. We'll tell you about that after our story. But first of all, we should catch you up on
where we've been and what we've been doing.
Yes.
We have been doing a lot of traveling and still a lot of dancing across the country. We are dancing across the nation. If you follow us on Instagram, you can watch us do a dance every single day in a new location. By dance, I mean 8 counts of a dance. Very short. It's about 5 seconds. But we are posting a video on our Instagram account, so you can follow us there. It's Activated Story Theater on Instagram.
And it's only 8 counts a day, but we put them all together to make one dance. So it'll be the world's longest dance because it'll never end.
We have been dancing now since January 1st. We're about day 80 right now as we speak.
Yes, so altogether we've got about 10 minutes of dance, more or less?
Yeah, we have a video. Yeah, we did put together one full video, or actually 2 full videos, one for each month. One's January, one February, and it puts the whole dance together, set to music, with some funny little bloopers on the end. So you can check that out on our YouTube station, and you'll find the link to our YouTube and all of our social media on our website, activatedstorytheater.com.
Last time we left you, we were just leaving Phoenix,
Arizona.
We continued heading west. We stopped in Quartzsite to see the monument to Hsi Lai, who was a camel driver. He was from Syria, I believe. He was Greek and Syrian, and
he was a camel herder from Syria.
He was brought over to drive camels across the desert, camels loaded with cargo. That the U.S. Army tried a little experiment back in the 1850s.
Who out there knew we used to have camels doing military work in the U.S.? Not me.
But this fellow stayed around in Arizona after his
30 years.
Yes, after his job was done, and he became very popular there, and they built this monument to him after he died.
And we also got to go to Joshua Tree National Park for the first time. I can't believe we haven't been there before because we will be going back. Fabulous, almost like a surreal, otherworldly type terrain. There's huge rocks to climb and
Joshua trees.
And Joshua trees, of course, and cactuses and all kinds of other vegetation that you don't see anywhere else. So Joshua Tree Park, that's in California, and we will be going back there. Loved it.
Then we went on to Palm Springs, California. There's an exhibit called Robolights that is especially popular at Christmas time because they put Christmas lights on it. But anytime it's interesting to see because it's a huge yard full of very strange sculpture made out of found objects.
It is private property, but I do believe they're open at certain times for tours. But it is amazing what the sculpture has put together.
His name is Kenny Irwin. Sculptor's name is Kenny Irwin.
Right, and we've got to California. We've been visiting some temples and shrines.
Yes, we went to a Hindu temple and a Buddhist temple. They're really both incredibly well done. The architecture is just amazing.
And then when we got to Pasadena, we got to the fork in the road.
The fork in the road. There's a big fork. That you can actually have your picture taken by.
Yes, it's actually a fork, and it's in the middle of the road. And then we made our way to Fresno, and we visited family.
Before we went to Fresno, we stopped and visited her birth mother and took her up to Fresno with us.
Right, we did. So we've been spending some time with family, meeting new aunts and uncles, and having a lot of fun with them.
All right, so moving right along, let's get to the story.
I know you guys have been waiting for it. This is The White Snake, a tale from Germany. Long ago in Germany, there was a king, and every night this king would eat a mysterious meal that was brought to him in a covered dish. One night, the servant who brought him his mysterious meal, a young man named Jack, thought to himself,
"My curiosity is killing me. I really have to know what's in this dish that the king eats every night. Hey, there's no one else around watching, so nobody will see if I just lift up the lid and peek. Wow, you must be kidding. A white snake? This is what he has for dinner every night? Well, if the king keeps on eating one every night, there must be something really special about it. Surely he won't notice if I just take a little bite of it. Tastes like chicken snake. It's okay, I guess, but I don't see anything so special about it.
I'm gonna tell!
Huh? Who said that?
It's me, silly! The cat!
Cats can talk?
We speak our own language like every animal, but humans don't understand unless they eat the magical white snake. That's why the master does it, so he can understand all the animals, and it makes him the most powerful king in the world.
So that's his secret.
He won't like it when he finds out. You better get out of here and never come back.
But if I quit the job now, I'll lose my pension.
If you don't, you may lose your head.
Oh, you have a point, I guess.
So Jack took off traveling many, many miles until he came to another kingdom. In those days, there were many, many kingdoms and kings. And as he approached a large lake, "Help me! Help me!
Huh? Who said that?
It's me! Over here!"
A fish? What are you doing out of the water?
It's a long story. And before I can finish telling it to you, I drowned out here in the air. Maybe I can tell the story sometime on my codcast. But for now, I really need to get back in the water. I've been trying to get back there myself, but my efforts have been a flop.
Have no fear. I'll be glad to carry you back there.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. I promise I'll help you out sometime.
Well, I don't know what a fish could possibly do for me, but I appreciate the thought. Well, here you are, back in the water.
Push. Thank you. And he continued on his journey until... Stop! Stop!
Huh? Who said that?
It's me, down here.
An ant? Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Of course not. Who else would you expect to be living in that anthill you almost stepped on? Duh!
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I guess I wasn't watching where I was going.
I'll say, you almost destroyed my new condo, like Godzilla.
I certainly wouldn't want that to happen. Tell you what, I'll put some brush here to help protect your home from anyone else who might wander by.
Hey, I appreciate that. A really state-of-the-art security fence. Well, maybe I can help you out sometime.
Well, I don't know what an ant could possibly do for me, but...
What's that supposed to mean? Some snide put down because of my size, eh? Well, listen, bud. My muscles may be teeny, but they pack plenty of oomph.
Of course. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm very grateful for your offer of help. Now, I must be on my way. See you later, and, maybe you should think a little more about the location for your next home and put it more off the beaten track. And he continued on his way until...
Help me! Help me!
Huh? Oh, it's a bird.
Were you expecting maybe a walrus? Help me back up into my nest, will you?
Of course, but you'd better get treated for that broken wing.
It's not broken. It's just sprained. Maybe I should know better than to do yoga in midair. Thank you very much. I appreciate the help getting back into my nest. Oh, maybe I could do you a favor sometime.
Well, I doubt it, but I appreciate the offer. Now you'd better make sure you have a good insurance policy. And he continued on his way until he came to... Another animal? No, a beautiful maiden. Huh? Oh, what are you doing here in the woods? I'm running away. My father wants me to get married and I don't want to. Well, your father has no right to force you to. My father is a king. He has a right to do whatever he wants. Oh, well then maybe you were right to run away. He even set 3 tasks for my suitors to perform in order to win my hand. It's supposed to be a secret, but I overheard him tell his attendants. What 3 tasks? Well, let's see. First, the suitor has to retrieve a ring from the bottom of a lake. Then he has to pick up all the grains of wheat scattered from a bushel. Then he has to find an apple shaped like a heart.
I think my dad's been reading too many fairy tales or something.
I have an idea. Why don't you go back to the palace, and then I'll come there pretending to be a suitor, and I'll perform the 3 tasks. Then we can pretend that I'm going to take you far away to get married, but you go your way and I'll go mine, and that way I'll collect a dowry and you can go wherever you want and nobody will come looking for you.
You would actually do that for me?
Sure, why not? I had no plans for the weekend.
Oh, that's so noble and brave of you. You're the kind of person I would want to marry, if I wanted to marry someone, which I don't.
Think nothing of it.
By the way, if you fail, you'll be beheaded. Hey, nice meeting you. See you at the palace.
Sure.
So, back at the palace, the king announced,
Hear ye, hear ye. We have a foolish young man who wants to try to perform the task to marry my daughter. To begin, we will have him try to, fetch the ring that I have tossed into the lake. You have 24 hours to find it, young man, or it's off with your head.
So Jack went to the lake.
I'd better find myself another white snake while I'm down here. I don't know how soon the first one's going to wear off. Okay, I sure hope this works. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy.
Hello. Oh, it's you, my old friend.
Yes, indeed. You remember how you told me that you might do something for me someday?
Of course I do.
Well, I think today just might be someday. I need help finding a ring at the bottom of the lake. You think you could find it for me?
You mean a ring with a picture of a king stamped on it?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, sure. I know right where it is. Just sit tight and I'll fetch it for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. Just, don't call me Fishy anymore, huh?
Oh, right.
So the fish fetched the ring and brought it back to Jack, and Jack took the ring to the king.
I don't believe it. You actually found it. Well, we'll see how you do on the next task. My servants are going to scatter a bushel of wheat on the ground, and you must pick up every single grain. You have 24 hours. If you miss a single grain, you will lose your head. Good luck.
So Jack went to the place where the grains of wheat were scattered.
Okay. This looks like a job for someone smaller and stronger than I am. Oh, Ant! Here, Ant!
You talking to me?
I'm talking to any of you who will listen. I recently helped one of your tribe by building a shelter for an anthill.
Oh, yes! Heard about that. Word travels fast in our community. We are very busy antennae.
Good. I would appreciate it if you could help me now by gathering up all these grains of wheat and putting them back in the basket.
Sure, no problem.
Can you really do that all by yourself?
No, not by myself. But I'll call all my brothers and sisters and cousins and uncles. And, of course, my aunts. We'll get the job done.
Oh, thank you.
So, in no time at all, a huge swarm of ants appeared and gathered up every single grain of wheat and put them all back into the basket. And Jack took the basket to the king.
Unbelievable. You did it again. Well, this time we'll have to give you something a little harder. This time bring me, I don't know, an apple shaped like a heart. A human heart, a frog heart, or a worm heart? A Valentine heart, perfectly shaped. I know there must be apples like that out there, somewhere. Maybe 1 in a billion or so. I've got you this time.
So Jack went out into the forest and called someone else for assistance. You can probably guess who it was.
Tweet, tweet! Tweet, tweet!
Yes, I'm here. And you don't have to try to speak birdies. Your accent's terrible.
Oh, thank you for coming. Listen, I need your help.
Sure! You name it.
I need to find an apple shaped like a heart. I figure you can spot apples as well as anyone. Do you think you can find one for me?
I'll give it my best shot. So the bird swooped off, and a short time later, she returned with a heart-shaped apple in her beak. There you are, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. How can I ever repay you?
Now, you've already paid it forward. Besides, I took a little commission.
Commission?
I took the worm out of the apple. And so Jack delivered the apple to the king.
Well, I hate to admit it, but you have proved yourself worthy to be my son-in-law. Welcome to the family. Thanks, Pa. I guess it's okay to call a king that.
And he told the princess.
Well, our plan worked. You can go far away from here, and you don't have to worry about getting married to anyone.
I'm not sure that's what I want to do anymore.
You don't? You mean I went to all that trouble for nothing?
I wouldn't say that. You show me that there really is someone I'd like to marry.
Really? Who? Huh? Oh, you mean but I'm just a servant. Are you sure?
As sure as the moon is round. That is, if you'll have me.
Oh, sure I will. You wouldn't think it's weird if I sometimes eat white snake meat, would you?
And that's the story of the white snake from Germany.
And the Brothers Grimm.
Yes. They have written a lot of stories, but I had never heard that one before.
No,
that one's a lot of people haven't.
That's not that well known. Okay, so we do have some shows coming up. As we
Who's excited to see us live on stage?
I am. I want to see us live on stage.
No, you have to be in the show.
Oh, man. I want
I
to see us
know.
live on
We
stage.
never get a chance to see the show, but you can have a chance to see the show. We are performing in Newman, California this Saturday, the 24th of March at 1 o'clock. And right after that, we're going to run over to Denair Library, and we'll be doing a show there at 4 o'clock on the 24th.
And on Tuesday, the 27th, we'll be at the Salida Library at 4 p.m.
Then on the 28th, that's Wednesday, the 28th of March, you will see us in Modesto at the library, 3:30.
And on Thursday, the 29th, 3:30 at the Ceres Library.
And then right after Easter and right after April Fool's Day on April 2nd, you can find us at the Oakdale Library at 2 o'clock.
And then on Wednesday, the 4th, we will be at the Rose Garden Library in San Jose at 4 p.m.
And then we're going to be back in Stanislaus County on the 5th. You will find us at the Houston Library at 1 o'clock and at the Riverbank Library at 4 o'clock.
On Tuesday, the 10th, we're back here in Turlock to perform at the library at 4 p.m.
And on the next day, you will find us at the Patterson Library at 3:30.
On Tuesday, the 17th at 7 p.m., we'll be at the Millbrae Library over in the South Bay. And on Wednesday, the 18th, also in San Mateo County, we'll be at the Atherton Library at 3:30 p.m.
Then we'll be heading a little bit north of San Francisco, and you can find us at the Belvedere Tiburon Library at 4 o'clock on April 19th.
Wednesday, April 25th, the San Leandro Library at 7 p.m.
And that will wrap up all of our public shows for the spring. So we hope to see you at one of those shows. We thank you guys very much for listening, and we look forward to activating you again next month with our podcast stories.
So until then, stay activated.
Activated Story Theater is committed to bringing fun, educational shows to schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use physical comedy, American Sign Language, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring multicultural folktales to life. For booking information, check out our website, activatedstorytheater.com, where you can also find out when the activated actors will be performing near you. Read a story, or order one of our audio CDs. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or listen on Stitcher. We look forward to your comments and folktale suggestions. Stay activated. Until next time.